So many of the birth centers and hospitals here have squatting bars. The thing about squatting, however, is if your body's not accustomed to how to do it, the ankles open, the calves and the hips, it can be pretty challenging. So the best thing about squatting is when you squat, the outlet of the pelvis opens approximately 28% wider than if you were sitting on your back, which is not an ideal birthing position. When you're birthing on your back, your sacrum, that kind of bony plate, pushes into the birth canal and your baby has to go uphill. However, roll the shoulders. All right, since we're going to work on squatting, let's start to work a little bit with your hips and your ankles. So take your hands behind you and just simply let your knees release from side to side. Good, and then take your feet out in front of you and circle out the ankles. This tends to be the area that a lot of people have issues with squatting. And so if those calves are tight, again, think of your exhaling help letting go of some of that tension. Good, and then we'll take the right leg in, same with the left leg. Reach the left leg back. Push the hands down and forward. Try to draw the heel back, engage the kneecap. Relax the jaw and the tongue that are softening. So try not to go too deep into your front hip because we don't want to overstretch, because ligaments, unlike muscles, don't have the same flexibility. The back heel down, and look that your back toes are pointing to the upper left-hand corner, not the left side of the mat. And then bend the front knee and just simply bring your hands to your hips. Just going to break down Warrior One a little bit for our first time. Straighten the front leg. Now take one hand to the base of your belly, the other hand to your sacrum, and just start to lift the pubic bone, nice, as if you're lifting your baby. And then rebend the front leg. Good. Sweep the arms up. Hook the thumbs if that's available to you, and as you inhale, straighten. As you exhale, bend. If the shoulders are too tight, you can keep the arms separate. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now this time, drop the tailbone, reach the arms and the chest up. Think of lifting the rib cage, lifting the collarbone. One more breath. And then exhale, float your hands to your block, spin your back heel up, and then release your back knee down. Bring yourselves back to all fours. Good, you can do circling or cat-cow. Or those that want to start to incorporate chaturanga, that's like a little upper body strengthener. We use blocks here. So you'd use the block between your thighs. Draw your tailbone to the block. And when the chest comes forward, you want to make sure the elbows hug the rib cage. What we don't want is for the tailbone to lift and the elbows go out. Warrior Two. Nice. We're spiraling the inner thigh back, lifting through the crown of the head and breathing towards your baby. Good. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, hook the thumbs, lift tall. Exhale, again, melt back into Vira Two. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, Warrior Two. One more time. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Hook the thumbs. Just keep finding length in the rib cage. And then as you exhale, cut the left hip under. Arms extend, hand to block. And instead of sinking into this bottom hand, push into your feet to reach up and draw your pubic bone towards your navel so you're lengthening the lower back. Rotate the top arm, inhale. Exhale, open the side body. Inhale, reach up, and drop that left hip. And just observe how this side might feel differently than the other. And when you're ready, if you're ready, start to take the toes down. And again, if this is strong, can you go a little more into the idea of opening? The words we say to ourselves have a lot of power. Again, open into the pose. One more breath here. Good, and then take that leg up, bring it back to the side, rebend, tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, and step your back foot forward. And again, let the knees be soft as we rock the hips back and forth. All right, so this next one is specifically for the calves and the ankle mobility. So we're going to keep the left block on its high height and drop the right block down. Now, if the hamstrings were particularly tight and even reaching your left block feels limited, you can take your left block on your right block. So now we're going to take the ball of your right foot. You want to keep the toes lifted onto your block and descend your right heel down.